Have you ever noticed that even though you have a bed of his own, your dog insists on sleeping next to you? Whether it's curled up at your feet, snuggled next to you, or even occupying half of the bed as if you were the true owner of the space, this behavior has a much deeper meaning than it seems. But after all, why do dogs do this? And what does the way he sleeps next to you reveal about the bond you share? In today's video, we will unveil the main reasons that lead dogs to choose to sleep with their owners, and how this habit can say a lot about the trust, the protective instinct, and the unconditional love he feels for you. In addition, we will analyze the different ways that dogs sleep and how each position can indicate different levels of attachment, security, and even dominance. But is this always a good sign? Are there situations in which co-sleeping can be harmful to you or to the dog itself? Let's answer all this and more. So, if you want to better understand your best friend's behavior and further strengthen this special connection, stay with us until the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell for more amazing content about the world of pets. Dogs have lived in packs, where sleeping together was a matter of survival. This habit helped protect the group from external threats and strengthened the bond between pack members. This instinct is still present in domestic dogs, and your dog sees you as part of his family. Sleeping next to you is one way to ensure that you are both safe. Many dogs take on the position of night guardians when sleeping with their owners. They are on the lookout for any strange noise, changes in the environment, or even their behavior during the night. If he sleeps leaning against you or between you and the door, it could be a clear sign that he is protecting you from possible dangers, even indoors. Some naturally protective breeds, such as German Shepherds, Rottweilers, and Akitas, demonstrate this behavior more intensely. But any dog can act this way if they feel that you are important to them. While it's wonderful to have a loyal and protective dog, it's important to note that this instinct isn't becoming a problem. If your dog won't let anyone approach the bed, growls, or gets anxious when you move around, it could be a sign of overprotectiveness or separation anxiety. In this case, training the pet to feel safer sleeping alone may be necessary. But if your furry friend just sleeps next to you because he wants to protect you and show you love, enjoy this special affection. After all, there is no greater proof of loyalty than a dog that chooses to stay with you every night, making sure nothing happens to you.
Territory confirmation. Dogs, especially the more dominant ones, have the natural instinct to mark and protect their territory, and sleeping with you can be a way to reinforce this idea that you and the space you are in belong to them as well. In the canine world, marking territory does not only mean leaving the scent, but also demonstrating possession and control over a certain space. When your dog chooses to sleep next to you or in bed with you, he may be declaring that that space is theirs, not just physically, but emotionally. This is especially common in dogs with a more protective or domineering nature, who feel the need to be physically present to ensure that their territory is respected. This behavior can be observed in several ways. For example, if your dog strategically positions himself in the bed, as if he were guarding the entrance or taking the lead in the space, this may indicate that he is asserting his right to the place. More territorial dogs may also be bothered if another person or other animal tries to invade the bed or resting place, demonstrating a certain level of possessiveness. It is important to note that while this may be a natural expression of the dog's instinct, this behavior can in some cases lead to behavior problems such as jealousy or aggression should he feel challenged in his territory. If your dog demonstrates this type of excessive behavior, such as growling or becoming aggressive when other people or animals try to approach you while you're in bed, you may need to seek professional guidance to address the ownership dynamic and ensure that they have a healthy relationship with their environment.
Separation anxiety. Sleeping with your owner may seem like just a gesture of affection, but in some cases, it can indicate that your dog has difficulty being alone and seeks your presence to feel safe. Separation anxiety is a common problem in dogs, and sleeping next to you can be a way to relieve the stress and insecurity he feels when he's not around you. Dogs with separation anxiety often show clear signs when they need to move away from their owner. They may follow you around the house, whine when you move out of sight, and engage in destructive behaviors or excessive barking when they are left alone. During the night, this fear of withdrawal can lead them to want to sleep glued to you, as physical proximity reduces anxiety and conveys security. This behavior is more common in dogs that have already gone through traumatic experiences, such as abandonment or frequent changes of home, but it can happen to any dog that has a very strong bond with the owner. Puppies and dogs that have not been used to being alone since they were young are also more likely to develop this constant need for contact. While it's lovely to have your dog sleeping next to you, it's important to note that this need isn't becoming an issue. If he can't sleep on his own and is extremely anxious when he's not with you, it could be a sign that he needs training to feel more confident and independent. Creating a sleep routine, offering interactive toys, and getting him used to spending time alone little by little can help reduce this emotional dependency. Helping him develop more autonomy can ensure that he is a more balanced and happier dog, both day and night. Search for security. From puppies, dogs seek closeness to those who transmit security to them. In the wild, wolves and wild dogs sleep together to keep themselves safe from predators, and even indoors, this instinct still remains. Your dog feels safe by your side, and being close to you conveys tranquility. In addition, an unfamiliar or noisy environment may make him seek refuge in your presence. Dogs that have been rescued or have gone through traumatic experiences also tend to seek more security in contact with their owner, as they find comfort and stability by their side. Another important factor is the fear of loneliness. Some dogs suffer from anxiety, and sleeping close to their owner reduces this discomfort. But most of all, your dog may simply enjoy your company and feel emotionally connected to you. If he chooses to sleep closely, it means that he trusts you unconditionally and sees you as a source of protection. This habit reinforces the bond between you and shows how good he feels by your side. So, if your dog insists on sharing a bed with you, you can be sure that this is one of the purest forms of love and loyalty he can show. Search for warmth. Does your dog sleep with you because he seeks warmth? This behavior is very common and has both biological and instinctive explanations. Just like us, dogs like to feel cozy and warm during sleep, and nothing better than the heat of the tutor's body to provide this comfort. From puppies, dogs learn to sleep close to each other to maintain their body temperature and feel safe. In the wild, wolves and wild dogs group together to conserve heat and survive in cold environments. This instinct persists to this day, which is why your furry friend may choose to sleep leaning against you, either on cold nights or simply because he likes the feeling of closeness. In addition to the need for warmth, your body heat also imparts a calming effect on your dog. This is because physical contact releases hormones, such as oxytocin, which is responsible for promoting feelings of well-being and relaxation. This is why many dogs sleep soundly when they are around their owners, as they feel not only warm, but also emotionally comfortable. Breeds with short hair, such as pinschers, chihuahuas, and dachshunds, tend to seek even more human warmth, as they have less natural thermal insulation. Larger, furry dogs such as golden retrievers or huskies may not show this need as often, but they may still enjoy snuggling out of habit or affection. If your dog always tries to sleep next to you or even under the covers, it is a sign that he trusts you and finds in your warmth a refuge of comfort and security. Routine and habit. From puppies, many dogs get used to sleeping next to their owners, and over time, this becomes a routine as natural as any other daily habit. If you started letting him sleep in bed or near you at an early age, your dog has probably gotten used to this arrangement and now sees it as the norm. Habit building is a natural characteristic of dogs. They feel safer and more comfortable when they are in a predictable and stable environment. If sleeping with you was something that started gradually, The dog can simply continue to do it because he is used to it and knows that this is how nights will happen. For him, sleeping next to him can be a way to keep his routine intact, which helps him feel calm and without surprises. This behavior can also be reinforced by positive interactions. If, during the time your dog sleeps with you, he receives affection, attention, and a comfortable environment, he will associate this moment with feelings of well-being. This positive reinforcement makes the habit even stronger. He comes to understand that by sleeping next to you, he is creating an emotional connection with you and enjoying moments of affection, which makes him even more likely to continue with this behavior. While the routine of co-sleeping may be a simple habit, it's important to be mindful of your puppy's needs and the impact of this behavior. If you're comfortable with him sleeping with you and there aren't any behavior or health problems, it's okay to stick to this routine. However, if you notice that this habit is becoming an obstacle for your dog or his sleep quality, it may be interesting to reevaluate this dynamic and, with patience, introduce changes little by little. Your puppy's location and position. The location and position in which your dog chooses to sleep with you can speak volumes about the connection you have. Every movement or choice of place during sleep is a form of silent communication about how much he trusts you and the kind of bond you share. If your dog sleeps near you, either next to you or at your feet, it usually indicates that he feels safe and comfortable in your presence. He is looking for closeness, not only for physical warmth, but also to feel emotionally protected. Sleeping next to him is, for him, a way of reinforcing the sense of belonging to his pack, signaling that he sees you as his leader and a source of security. The position in which he chooses to sleep also says a lot about the type of relationship you have. If it nestles near your head or under blankets, it may indicate a strong desire for protection and a deep bond. Your dog may feel that you are the source of security, and by sleeping so close, he wants to be as close to you as possible. When he sleeps next to your feet or in a way that respects your space, such as sleeping on the edge of the bed, this may reflect respect for your privacy, but it's still a way to be close to you without invading your personal space. This type of behavior shows that he wants to be in your company, but at the same time feels the need to keep a certain distance, perhaps because he is more independent. On the other hand, if your dog sleeps lying on his back with his paws up, he is showing total confidence and relaxation. This position is a sign that he feels completely at ease, comfortable, and safe in your presence, without any concern for the surrounding environment. This behavior reflects the tranquility he feels in your company, knowing that he can relax and be vulnerable. On the other hand, if he chooses to sleep in a more protective position, such as lying on his side or looking at the door, it may indicate that he is aware of the safety of both of you, but still feels connected and safe with you. Each choice of position and sleep location of your dog when sleeping with you is a way to reinforce the bond between you, whether by showing confidence, seeking protection, or respecting boundaries. The way he behaves when he sleeps is one of the most sincere and visible ways to demonstrate how emotionally attached he feels to you. So, do you understand what your dog's sleep place really means? It doesn't matter if he takes up half the bed or prefers to sleep on your feet. His every move and choice reveals something unique about your connection. Whether it's the instinct for protection, the search for warmth, the need for security, or even the simple creation of a habit, all of this is a way to demonstrate how much he trusts you and feels good in your presence. Now that you know what your dog's behavior when sleeping with you says about your relationship, how about observing these details even more on a daily basis? Every position and every choice of place has a special meaning. And remember, if he is by your side, it is because you are more than a tutor. You are part of his pack, the source of protection and affection that he values so much. If you like this video and want to know more about the behavior of dogs, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and leave your comment. Tell us, where does your dog usually sleep, and what do you think this reveals about your relationship? See you in the next video.